Hey guys, today I'm just doing a bit of a mail opening video because I haven't done one of those in a long time, and I do like doing them because it kind of lets you sort of look back and think this is when I got that, you know what I mean? With that being said, isn't it amazing some of the things you can find on eBay? Today I've got a steak and kidney pie. Basically I've got a load of world's finest figures off eBay for £10. Now, I'm immediately concerned. I can't see any cards immediately in here. I'm not saying they aren't under the figures, but I'm not seeing them. Now, for £10, £10, I suppose, because I know there are multiple super rares in here, and I do have a lot of printer credit to use before I leave uni. So, yeah, I suppose that's not too bad. But that being said, should we take a look at what we've got? So first of all, we've got a couple of metal men. We've got gold and copper. Now, I believe copper is just a tie-up piece, and I believe gold is like a leadership piece, but also, yeah, he's got like energy explosion and stuff mid-dial. I don't think this contains all the metal men, but you know, they're not going to be hard to find if I want to pick the rest up. Next out, we've got Mary Marvel. Now, I got smashed by her once in a regionals. Didn't realise this figure was meant to be good at the time, you see. But yeah, she's pretty cool. It's nice to have a brick with prob on it. I think Mary Marvel took a lot of hits with all of the stuff you can't use with hypersonic anymore. But, you know, jury's out on how much use I'll get out of her anyway. But, you know, it's nice to know you have it. Next we have the shifting focus Superman. I originally thought there was two shifting focus Supermen in here, but it turns out that the other one was actually the Fast Forces one. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but whatever. I never bothered to actually pick those up at the time because I just thought they were so boring compared to the Batman ones. Weren't really worth getting. They were certainly good figures though. Next we've got Druid. This is quite an interesting mystical supporter. There was a lot of these in World Finest, and it's just a mystical generic. He does like constricting vine kind of stuff. So he's pretty interesting. Speaking of mystical dudes, next up is the Wizard. Now this guy obviously recently got repackaged for the Blue Beetle OP kit, and that version's really good. This version's really good too. He's like a 50-point prop piece who can spawn a tiger, which is pretty cool. I always really wanted to use him with Felix Faust because they share keywords. Secret Society of Supervillains, I think. I really wanted that, but these were really hard to find at the time. I couldn't find them on like single sites and stuff. Another thing I really wanted to use Faust with is Clarion the Witch Boy, which comes with a little teacle, of course. Although it is infinitely going to be referred to as Garfield for the rest of my life. Yeah, I really wanted to use these with Faust. Kind of feel like it's a bit late considering he's been rotated for a year, but you never know. It's still very cool figures to have. Shame I'm not going to get any use out of them before rotation hits, but nonetheless, you know, it is what it is. It's the main set Poison Ivy. I don't think I already have one of these, but yeah. She's, again, constricting vines type stuff. Not much to it. Don't really play Poison Ivies very regularly. Looks like we're next into our first super rare, which is the Quintessence Joker. Again, I don't really know how much use I'm going to get out of this because his 9 attack values and stuff kind of suck in the middle of his dial. I used to have the old King Joker as a kid, and I didn't like how random the numbers were on that and how quickly it fell apart and stuff like that. So I don't know how much use I'll get out of this. I know he's got a lot of special powers though, so I hope I'm going to be able to find a picture of the back of his card, because there's definitely no cards in here, which sucks. What there is in here though is another mystical supporter. This is Apprentice. It's literally just a repackage of Clarion the Witch Boy. It's still got the little daft flicks in his hair and shit. That's pretty bad sculpture use actually, but nonetheless, it's not a bad figure. Again, for supporting mystical teams. And another figure that's good for that is Witch. Yeah, she's pretty cool. What else we got? Yeah, we're fully into the super rares now, so we'll pull out Batman. Because I originally thought in the picture for some reason that this was the rare shifting focus Batman. It's actually the super rare one. Not much of a card needs printed out. He's just sort of got a traded sidestep. Jury's out on how good I think this guy actually is. I think he's pretty cool, but I don't know how much I'm gonna get him used, to be honest. He's got really good keywords, so I'll give him that. Next is Lex Luthor and Joker, which I think I would have got quite a bit of use out of if I had this ages ago. The 75 point dial I think is pretty good. I'm not sure about the 200 point dial, but I'll definitely get a lot of use out of the 75 one, I'd say. I think this was like one of, if not the last duo attack figures. So that's nice. And once he rotates, there won't be any left. Which is a shame. I really don't see why they bothered to get rid of that when they've left in some of the like complicated bits of the game, you know. Another guy I would have got a lot of use out of if I'd had him before rotation hit is Chief. Because he basically gives people sidestep and he's a good supporter. That's it. That's all he needs to do. That's all he does. And that's pretty cool. And finally, a guy I would have got a lot of use out of is Metallo. I say that, but of course I can't really say that because I've come up with so many teams that never end up getting played. But yeah, I really like this guy, and he's going to see a lot of play at home at least. I really feel like he's my kind of figure, and ultimately I'm going to give him a go on a massive robot team at a Golden Age event what we're going to try out in a couple of weeks, and hopefully he's going to be okay in that. Ironically, nothing in that team now is Golden Age, but yeah, it will be soon. And the last piece is Alloy. Yeah, Alloy's a really cool piece. I do wish I had this sooner, but I wasn't really willing to buy it. And to be honest, the fewer things that I bothered to get during this last rotation, the better, because I've ended up with so much stuff that's just not had any use. But yeah, you know, I've only got gold and copper for him, but that's okay, because if I want to pick up the rest, I can. Otherwise, I could just use him as a beater, I guess, because, you know, he's got a really gnarly dial. So yeah, that's it. That's all of the stuff I got for £10. You know, the money is well and truly back there, even without cards. That's the end of the video. If you're liking this flag behind me, this is the album cover from Crematory's Act 7. I definitely like the look of it. Also, I am going to be doing my set review of Infinity soon. I don't really know when, but soon. As soon as I have time. A bit of a preview. I'm a huge fan of some stuff. I really hate a lot of other stuff. I don't think the set's anywhere near as good as I expected it to be. But I definitely think there's a lot in there for everyone. Thank you for watching Clix Corner. Goodbye. I'm immediately concerned. But yeah, she's pretty cool. It's rare to see a beater with prob. And now the boxes fell off my knee. That sounds about right. Just another day on Clix Corner, really.